Let's talk about the most dangerous prisoners I met and the ones I tried to stay away from. My name is Jesse, and I spent 19 years in the Virginia prison system, and I knew a lot of dangerous people, but they weren't always the ones I stayed away from. I remember having a conversation in the pod one day. We were just chilling. This dude just walks up, starts talking to us. He was always around, and he was cool. He was like a little out of breath, and I was wondering, like, man, what's going on? Like, that's weird. Like, he'd just do some push-ups or something. And he had just been in the cell beating the living hell out of somebody who had tried him. This was a really dangerous guy, but he could turn the switch of violence on and off like that, and he was only dangerous when somebody put him in that situation. Somebody said, you know, beware the violence of a gentle man. That was him. Like, he was one of the people who would scare me if I ever pissed him off, but he was a good guy. Like, you had to piss him off. You had to go out of your way to start that problem. And a lot of the lifers were like that. They were the ones who would take your life, but you would have to really push them far. On a daily basis, they were the best guys, they were the calmest, they were the most considerate, they were the most polite. So they may have been the most dangerous, but they were the guys I wanted to be around because they were all positivity, they were all growth, they were all doing something good with their lives. Just don't push them into a corner. Now, the ones I wanted to stay away from were the young kids, the ones who didn't really understand it. Because even those guys who are incredibly comfortable with violence, they generally don't want to live it. It's the young guys who still think it has some allure, it's cool, or it's tough. Those are the guys you want to stay away from because they don't know how ugly violence is yet. They don't understand that it's a tool that you only use as a last resort. And if you have to do it, you do it quickly and you get it over with. They still thought it was cool and they wanted to prove a point. So they were the ones running around picking fights and trying to get in people's faces and try to prove a point and make a name for themselves. They were the ones I stayed away from because they were trouble.